In his forthcoming film Rann, Ram Gopal Verma is all set to expose his friends from the media. So let's try and find out more from the man of the moment himself. Ramuji, when and how did you conceptualize making a film on the media?
See, being a filmmaker for the last more than 15 years, obviously I had my fair share of running with the media in terms of interacting with them and how they kind of function and all that. So I think the idea has been brewing in my mind probably for about 7-8 years, I would think, that finally took shape.
But what you faced during the 2611 Taj episode, did it kind of have...
Absolutely. See, I think that was just a kind of a speculation by certain sections of the media. Because in what way? See, the point is, the way I understand media, the media is a reporting agency. It reports news. And news is what is new. And news is what you hear it for the first time. So to be able to tell it to you fast and in the most dramatic and effective way possible is an intense competition between the channels. And this they do for TRP ratings and ad rating. That's the overall circle, Now, Rann is not really about what the media did to somebody to pull up or to pull down and all that. It is about the internal politics. It's about the internal psychological aspects of being under pressure of performance, of getting TRPs, and where the media is so scared, any individual, the biggest fear they have is of the remote control, when it's going to change the channel. So under the pressure of trying to hold the attention of the viewer, can that live along with telling news in a truthful and responsible way? That conflict is what Rann tries to highlight.
Now the promotion of the film has obviously kick-started with Janagana Mana Rann, which most of our audiences would have seen. How do you see it? Do you see it like just a remix of the national anthem as most people are calling it, or you interpret it in a different way?
See, for me, first of all, it's not the national anthem. See, the national anthem, if you look at it in totality, what the national anthem says and what this song says are completely two different meanings. But yes, the reference and the inspiration is there because at the end of the day, at the time it was written, what the country state is, what the wish of the writer was very different from the actual state of the country, which is why I wanted to use that as a reference to highlight and to draw attention to the cause. There is no attempt on my part to ridicule it or demean it or to show it in a bad light.
But did you get a chance to check on what the law has to say when you were using...
See, to my knowledge, from what I'm told, I'm not an expert on legal matters, but if you show it in a bad light or ridicule it or make a comic thing out of it, that is when it is not allowed. But as long as the intention is honorable, as long as the sincerity is there, and eventually what national anthem stands for in the Rann song stands for the same.
But using, even referring to the national anthem as you are saying, is a short route to controversy. I mean, it's going to raise eyebrows. So were you kind of prepared?
See, but the point is, what is the controversy? See, anything, if you get up in the morning, switch on the TV, the only controversies you see, someone has something and someone else has a problem with it. Okay, now just in the name of somebody is going to say no or yes or you can't start. I mean, what is the point of having a democracy? Eventually, I have a freedom of expression, and as an artist, and what I want to say in a democratic country. And as long as I know in my heart, I know the situation in the film, I know where the song is coming from. As long as I am sure about that, why should I be worried about one person without knowing anything, having a knee-jerk reaction about as if I have done something to the national anthem, which I didn't.
Now, Rann of course touches upon the current state of media, and in a way, does it fit the title, the kind of sensationalism this Janagana Mana Rann has created? Is it kind of a viral marketing campaign, create the kind of sensationalism which your film actually does talk about, how media tends to go overboard about things? So, is it kind of, are you playing Rann in real life, if I may say so? What the film talks about?
I think everybody plays Rann all the time. The whole point is, the bottom line is, we play Rann. Everything you have to have in life, you have to have a Rann, otherwise how would you get it?
Now, posters show Mr. Bachchan holding his hands. He's an idealistic, patriarchal head of the family. We know, Sudeep is playing his son. We know there are politicians. Sarkar hangover somewhere. Lot of people gunning for the blood of one idealistic man. Would you like to?
I think, I don't know, first of all, I don't know what is Sarkar. I mean, in terms of, say, eventually, no matter where you set it could be underworld, it could be media world, it could be a family drama, or it could be anything. The bottom line is it deals with human conflict. And the human conflict more or less would be between employers and family members or brothers or business rivals. More or less it would be limited to that. So no matter where you go, that hangover is bound to be there. And then up to, as a director, my perspective would be there, how I would like to capture. Having said that, on a story level, on what the issue is about and how it goes about, the technical aspect of it, there is absolutely no connection to Sarkar.
Just going back a bit, Funk was of course the surprise success, but coming to Sarkar, were you completely satisfied with how it turned out?
I was completely happy. I personally like it better than Sarkar.
And is a Sarkar 3 going to happen?
No.
Okay. Now, you made a lot of films in the last few years, and quite a few didn't do well. Now you've kind of, I don't know, is it a new innings with Rakta Charitra, Rann, Agyat? Did you go back to the drawing board to take stock of what went wrong, or you're again going to make multiple films? Some will turn out to be classics, some might not work.
It's got nothing to do with taking time off and working hard. Like, the longest time I took to make a film is Aag, and the shortest time I took is to make Satya. So time has got nothing to do with it. You make a fundamental mistake on choosing a certain idea or at a certain point of time, the factors which will influence you, which would result in. Probably now I'll be making films more and more faster than what I was. Because I know that is not the reason why those films failed. I know the reasons, which others could not know.
I read somewhere you want to make 1,000 films, so...
obviously that is said for effect. If in 20 years of my life I couldn't finish 100, obviously I can't do 1,000. I think that is said more with the intent of, that's how passionate I am about making as many kind of films as possible.
Now Vivek is of course coming back with you in Rakta Charitra, but we have often seen that people who get these great launches under your camp, there is sometimes a fallout, things don't work out, they work for a certain period with you and then you move out. Does it hurt you that your prodigies have a fallout?
No, because my intention was never to launch anybody. My intention was always to take that person because I feel that he or she suits the role, and I will go back to them whenever I think I have another role. So my intention was not to launch. Why would it hurt me?
Okay, great. A lot of people love Satya and company and Sarkar, but there's a whole huge fan following for Rangila also still. It's a very loved film. Will you never again make a colourful romantic comedy?
Yeah, I'm sure. The day I get a subject which excites me a lot, which I think I can reinvent that genre, I will definitely do that.
Great. Finally, there was that Ram Gopal Verma who had a fallout with Karan Johar, and Ram Gopal Verma of today who seems to be a much more mellowed down person. Has Ram Gopal Verma changed over the years?
I think I've become more I don't know what is opposite of mellow. First of all, to start with, I never had a fallout with Karan Johar or anybody for that matter, because I'm too busy working to have fallouts with people. It was just blown up in the sections of the media, or maybe the whole media. I don't think I think the very interesting line somebody said to me, he overheard somebody saying that I'm waiting for the day David Dhawan makes a serious film and for Ram Gopal Verma to make a film seriously. I just really like that, and I think I've become very serious now. That's what I think. Hopefully it lasts.